What's up, everybody? So today I have a really good video for you guys. I'm going to be exposing Juice World because Juice World is actually Lucki. Now, before we get into it, I want to say drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. Be sure to share this video because I want this video to go viral because it's so obvious that Juice World faked his death. You know, he even said it himself. He said, "My goal is to get overly famous, shine for a couple years, then fake my death," with a coffin emoji. So this picture that you're looking at right now is from his Instagram, and notice that he's wearing a mask. You know, they always do little subliminal messages to let you guys know that they are wearing a mask. And you can see right here in the comments, somebody said, "Bit creepy, bro." So yeah, like, this is a weird picture to take. You know, why would you take a picture like this? And look at his eyes too. Like, he always does that with his eyes. And Lucki does the same thing with his eyes, but we'll get into that a little bit later. This right here alone should let you know that his death was 100% fake. There's no more proof I can give you other than his own tweet telling you that he's gonna fake his death. And he faked his death in this exact way. A couple people who knew him have told me that he blew up out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere. He wasn't really around before 2016, so it's kind of weird. And they always fake younger pictures of them, so don't let that throw you off. You know, these careers are planned like 10 years ahead. You know, in some cases, these people are born into this life, so they make them take all these pictures for different characters while they're young. And in some cases, they just Photoshop it to make him look young. So this is his old Instagram, and as you can see, it just looks very funny. His name used to be Juice the Kid, and the reason why they have like an old name for the rapper, for one, so that you think they were a real person, or if they were a real person, you know, that was their real name, and then they ended up changing it once they got replaced. And usually the reason why they change the name so that it could fit in with the gematria, because like I'll explain later, you know, Juice World has a lot of 38s in it, in gematria, and a lot of stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty obvious it's fake because all of these pictures were taken like around the same couple of days, and then he just never posted again. So of course he's throwing up some devil horns. And pay attention to this date right here, okay? So November 18th, 2012. So let's look through all the pictures. November 17th, November 12th, November 9th. And look at how weird this picture is. Like, come on, bro. It's so obvious that they try to fake all of this stuff. November 9th. And it's funny because he posted this picture twice for no reason. Look, he posted it right here, and then he posted it again right here. October 24th, October 23rd. So all of these old blurry pictures were all taken within like a week or two. So that is so obvious that they faked it. The first post on here was October 23rd. And the last post was November 18th. So that's not even a month. So he only posted on his old Instagram for 3 weeks. And that's kind of weird to me. That is so obvious that they made him do that just so that in the future when he fakes his death, you know, we would look back at this and be like, oh, he actually existed. You know, he had an old Instagram when he was a kid. But no, this was all staged. They do this with many characters. He's not the only one. Now, let's get into Lucki. So Lucki's full name is Lucki Camel. Like, that just sounds like a fake name to me. It's so obvious that both of these are characters played by the same person. And this picture right here is like makeup and prosthetics. And you can see that they were trying to put it in front of our face because this is clearly fake makeup. You know, you can see right away. They always do stuff like this to put it in front of your face that they're using makeup and prosthetics. They did the exact same thing with The Weeknd recently. And I'm going to make a video on him pretty soon too, because he's playing another role as well. And it's funny because Juice World and The Weeknd actually have a song together. And they're both playing other roles, and they both have pictures like this with fake blood and stuff like that. So now let's get into the Freemason aspect. So his girlfriend, Ali Lottie, has a Freemason tattoo on her chest, as you can see right here. You know, right in front of our face. She has this weird tattoo right here. It says that she wants people to die or something like that. It's so weird. And look, even someone right here said, "You got a Freemason tat, you sold your soul." And now look at this. This was Juice WRLD's last post before he died. and he's clearly throwing up a triangle. And it's so weird because he was wearing a mask before the Rona happened and before people started wearing a mask. He's not covering his mouth right here or his nose with it, but there's a lot of videos and pictures of him where he's covering his mouth and his nose, almost like if he knew that the pandemic was coming. And look at this, people in the background with makeup, you know, symbolic right there. Look, right here, he's covering his mouth with a mask. And nobody wore a mask like that back in November. People didn't start wearing a mask until like February or March. And of course, his last music video was with Lil Band, who was playing the role of NBA Youngboy. And, you know, you can clearly tell right here that they did this for a reason, to show you that they have two characters, because they both have two characters, basically. And they're wearing a mask, you know, covering their mouth and their nose. You know, predictive programming of the pandemic that was coming. And he used 999 a lot, which is basically 666 backwards. But we'll get more into all that Freemason stuff later on. So Juice WRLD was born on December 2nd, 1998. And Lucki was born on 1996. They're only 2 years apart, which is pretty obvious that they're basically the same age. And another weird thing is that he died at the Advocate Christ Medical Center. So that's kind of weird. And it's so obvious that they are the same person because not only are they listed as 2 years apart, but they were both born in Chicago and they both live in Chicago. Look at that, Chicago, Illinois. So they're both rappers from Chicago. They look exactly the same and they're only 2 years apart. They sound the same. They have the same mannerisms, which we'll get into in a little bit. So I thought this was interesting. I was looking up pictures of Lucki and I saw this picture, which really looks like Juice WRLD right here, giving symbolism that he's gonna die, you know, pointing a gun. And also, Juice WRLD has a lot of similar tattoos in this area. And I thought it was weird because in this picture, it says Juice WRLD right here in the caption, but it's a picture of Lucki. And then I scrolled down more and I found a picture of Juice WRLD. You know, while I'm looking at pictures of Lucki, even they know that it's the same person. Because why would he pop up when you're looking at pictures of Lucki? So now let's compare the pictures. You know, they have the same exact eyes. They both have big black eyes like that. I mean, just look at that. They have the same eyes. Of course, he's doing the 666. I mean, you can just tell it's the same person. Like, they didn't even try with this one. This one is just so obvious. All I had to do was see a couple pictures of them and watch a couple interviews of Lucki, and I knew right away that this was Juice WRLD 100%. I mean, they have the same exact eyes. They even have the same mustache. Look at that. They both have a mustache. You see that? They both have that same little beard and a mustache. Exact same lips, eyes, and nose. And I mean, just look at Lucki, bro. You can tell this is Juice WRLD 100%. It's just so funny to me. This is the same person, and it's crazy because I used to listen to Lucki's music before Juice WRLD blew up, and I actually like his music. You know, of course their music is way different to throw us off. And somebody told me the other day that there's a reason why Lucki never tries to sing, because then he's gonna sound exactly like Juice WRLD. And by the way, another thing that makes it super obvious is the fact that his name on Instagram is Dead Boy Life. Like, come on. He's basically telling us that he's living a dead boy life because Juice WRLD died and now he's playing the role of Lucki. Now, I think it's funny that Juice WRLD had a fake fat stomach and they threw it in front of our face because guess who else had a fake fat stomach? Lucki, bruh. The same exact stomach. Now, I'm pretty sure it's fake. It could be real, who knows? But I'm pretty sure it's fake. So this is just mockery at this point that he went live showing his stomach like that.
Alright, y'all. I'm finna sell my soul. I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell. Alright.
Look, Juice selling his soul. It ain't take too long. Illuminati, man.
What'd you say, Coop?
So of course Juice World has a video saying he sold his soul, and of course G Herbo and Trippie Redd are in that same video because they are both playing other roles as well. I'll make a video on G Herbo next, and then I'll make a video on the Kid Laroi next, since I'm already talking about Juice World and they were associated with him. But yeah, of course Trippie Redd was in that video. If you guys don't know, Trippie Redd is Orlando Brown. Go watch the video that I made about that. I'll link it in the description. So they recorded that little video that you just saw while they were recording the music video for Black and White. And this is the music video right here. And here's some more predictive programming that he was going to have a seizure. You know, he always did this with his eyes. Like, it's so obvious that he was putting it in front of our face. And I wish I could play the video, but right here at 2 minutes and 20 seconds is where it gets very weird. You know, it shows a guy that's basically dead right here. And then here's the part for that video that I just showed you guys. It's so weird because this looks like a funeral or like a candle lighting for somebody who died. You know, there's even pictures of Juice World right here. And then a cross that says R.I.P. Like, bro, how did I never notice this? What the hell? Bro, I watched this music video so many times and I never noticed that it says R.I.P. right here. With a bunch of Juice World pictures and flowers. Like if he died. And then there's a circle around it, like if they're doing some type of ritual. And this whole music video is just very strange. There's a lot of weird subliminal messages, and I mean, come on, bro. And even in the picture that they have right here, he's having a seizure in that picture. This is just so obvious, man. This one has to be the most obvious fake death I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's no way you guys can say all of this is just a coincidence. It's impossible. It's way too many. I mean, bro, come on. This looks like somebody who just died. Like, they just did this little ritual for someone who died. It's crazy how much they put this one in front of our face and people still believe that Juice WRLD is dead. And then right here, this is very similar to X's music video for Sad, because in X's music video for Sad, he was at his own funeral, right? In the music video. And in this music video, Juice WRLD is at his own funeral, but like the little candle lighting thing. So it's like they're both telling us that they faked their death and that they're still alive. So this is just crazy, man. It's so in front of our face. And then right here, he's standing next to a cross. So of course, Lucki follows Juice WRLD on Instagram. I mean, that right there is just so blatantly obvious. And in case that's not enough proof for you, Juice WRLD also follows Lucki on Instagram. So there's nothing you can say at this point. My mind is made up. These are the same people. This is just too many coincidences at this point. And what made me want to make this video is the fact that 2 days ago, Lucki posted this picture of Juice WRLD on his Instagram. So I was like, yeah, it's time to make this video now, because I've been waiting a long time for this video. And now that everybody's talking about Juice, I figured right now is the perfect time. We have to wake people up to this. There's too many people who think this stuff is real. I'm just trying to wake people up to the fact that 90% of celebrities are sellouts and they are playing multiple roles. In case all of that still somehow wasn't enough proof, check out this other coincidence right here. And I hope they don't copyright me for this. I'm just going to play this quick second right here.
I think my girlfriend overdosed.
So why would he say, I think my girlfriend overdosed in a music video called Lean With Me, and then he coincidentally overdoses? Like, it's just too many coincidences, you guys. So here's yet again another coincidence of Juice WRLD saying that he's on Instagram live from heaven, like if he already died.
Try the boat. Where am I at? I'm in paradise. I'm actually FaceTiming, not FaceTiming, I'm slow. I'm on Instagram live from heaven. Huh. I made it, yo. I'm up here, boy. Forever. I don't see how this made it in. Look at him looking like Aladdin. I feel you.
Somebody said, Juice WRLD older Uncle Lucki. He's basically saying that Lucki looks like Juice's older uncle. So that interview gave it away the most. So go watch that interview. It really gives it away. He said they talking about Juice WRLD and Lucki. It's really crazy how there would have been no Juice WRLD without Lucki. Give it a couple years and a couple casual binges before Juice and Lucki sound indistinguishable from each other. And another thing I just noticed right now, the word Juice is 5 letters. And the word Lucki is 5 letters, so that's kind of crazy. You know, they both have 5 letters in their name. And then somebody said Lucki low-key look like Juice WRLD's twin. So come on, guys, there's a lot of other people comparing the two. This is basically a caption from Lucki talking about Juice WRLD, and he says, "Hey shorty, I do not do this, but they finally coming around. You was my biggest supporter and 100,000 times bigger than me. Yo, fans was so confused as why you pushed me on them so much." And that right there, that's weird to me. Like, basically Juice was pushing Lucki on his fans so much, and it's so obvious why, because it's the same person. And then here's another interaction between them two. He quoted one of Lucki's tweets and he said, "Shut up." But it's kind of weird that that tweet is not available no more, so Lucki probably deleted it. So yeah, none of that is a coincidence. You know, they always put it in front of our face like that. And I like how all these other people were also able to see the similarities between the two. So a lot of times all you have to do is look at the comments of the interview, and right away there's going to be a lot of people comparing him to Juice WRLD. So this is the Montreality interview. And the third most liked comment says, "Lucki low-key look like Juice WRLD big brother." Somebody else said Young Nudie plus Juice WRLD equals his facial features. And then somebody said he looked like a mix of Juice WRLD and Jid. So before everybody starts saying, "Oh, they have a picture together, so your video's debunked," just like the Jack Harlow and Logic one, you know, they always Photoshop a picture of them together. That way it could throw you off, because they know that people are going to find out eventually, like, "Oh, they look very similar." But then you're going to find this picture and then you're just going to give up and be like, "Nah, they're not the same person." So that's why they do this. If you really want to prove me wrong, show me a video of them together, because a video is harder to fake. They can still fake it, don't get me wrong. You know, their technology is way more advanced than you guys think. If they can do holograms, they can do anything, bro. They can edit all type of videos of them together. But they usually don't go through the trouble of faking a video of them together, because they know that most of us are dumb enough to just give up on it over one photoshopped picture. And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened with the Jack Harlow and Logic situation. A lot of people just saw one Photoshop picture and they're like, "Yep, this theory is debunked," even though it's very easy to Photoshop a picture of them together. So yeah, that's just the explanation for this, because I know people are going to bring it up. And there was a lot of predictive programming with Juice WRLD. His final album was called Death Race for Love, and he had like a bunch of fire, as you can see right here. You know, Death Race for Love and a bunch of fire, like if he's gonna die. So it was just a lot of predictive programming that he was gonna die. You know, the fact that he named his last album Death Race for Love right before he died, like, we could have seen this one coming a mile away. Of course, the one eye symbolism. Now pay attention to his eyes, because I'm gonna show a Lucki interview, and Lucki does this exact same thing with his eyes so much. And he touches his hair the same way as Juice WRLD. You know, they have the same mannerisms as you're gonna see in his interview. But just remember that Juice WRLD did this a lot with his eyes. And they even have the same voice as well. Just look at him, man. He looks so much like Juice WRLD. There's no denying it. Look, he's doing the thing with his eyes again. So Juice WRLD and Lucki both roll their eyes like that in the same exact way. You know, once again, he's doing it right here. So on this frame right here, you can clearly see that he's wearing a mask right here. You know, his eye looks super weird right here. So now I'm going to play a couple minutes of this Lucki interview from Montreality. I recommend you guys go watch this entire interview, because this interview proved to me 100% that this is Juice WRLD. They have the same mannerisms, same voice, everything. They both roll their eyes the same way.
Hell yeah. Message to my fans. I just appreciate being patient. For real. Like, and I ain't even saying patient, like, patient for like a body of music drop. Like, just patient, like watching the progression. Like, patient for me when I like step back from rap and like was like having like personal issues. Like, patient for me to like come back and support me like I never left. Like, I just appreciate the fact, like, the pedestal y'all put me on. Like, it make, like, I talk to other rappers a lot and they just say like, "I need fans like yours." Like, you feel me? Like, so that's one thing I appreciate, like, for real. Like, I really appreciate y'all for real. Like, meeting y'all in person at the shows. It's not like y'all tweet me and then I come and have a show and it's not like y'all really show love. Like on the internet and in real life. Like I really love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Like for real. Hell yeah. Hey, shout out Montreality for real. It's an honor.
So you see how he always rolls his eyes like that? You know, Juice WRLD does the same exact thing. Go watch this full interview and you will be mind blown about how much he sounds like Juice WRLD and the mannerisms are exactly the same. This is Lucki's reaction to Juice WRLD passing away. And it's funny because what are the chances that Juice WRLD and Lucki were friends? It's so funny how he tells a little fake story of how Juice WRLD scammed him. And just what are the chances of that, you know? They both look exactly the same and they happen to know each other too. Like that was just the nail in the coffin for me. So pay attention to the very beginning because he messed up at the very beginning.
In 20, I don't even know when.
In 20, I don't even know when. Like what? The fact that he messed up right there kind of proves that he's lying. And you could tell in his body language that he's lying.
In 20, I don't even know when. When I was back off the Zans, I used to be finesse people for features all the time, right?
And when he's telling this fake story, he talks about how he used to finesse rappers for features and stuff like that. And I thought that was another coincidence because Juice WRLD has this interview with Adam22, who is playing another role, by the way. I'll expose him soon. In this interview, he talks about scamming as well. So that was just another coincidence that I noticed. You know, they're both scammers.
Juice WRLD bought a feature from me, right? I swear to God. Juice WRLD bought a feature from me. And I finessed it for a feature, right? But it was cheap, like $200, $300 type. This when we both was teenagers, right? And so then when he blew up.
So of course they both knew each other when they were teenagers.
He DM'd me like, yo, bro, yada yada, that. Like, but I don't really care about it. But I thought he was another person, right? So then I'm like, bro.
Why would he say I thought he was another person? That doesn't even make sense. So he kind of messed up right there.
Yada yada, because that person that I thought he was, he finessed me in a way, you know? So I'm like, bro, eat a like, I'm basically saying like, it's still up there. But he was funny, so I'm like, eat a But then, when I found out that it wasn't that person, I felt like a dickhead, but I got too much pride to like DM like, hey bro, like at the time I had too much pride. I'm like, yo bro, my bad, bro. Yeah, I ain't realize that was you. But he's such a good person. He ain't even like care. He realized like, cause he already knew, like he was like, that's why I DM'd you inside. I didn't care about it, bro, cause come on, I get how like you, bro. I realized like you was just off the Zans trying to get some, you was a kid trying to get some money. So I realized that. And that's what made us closest. Like the first day we met, we was real life supposed to do a song, but I just fell asleep high as right, backwards. I just fell asleep high as
He said they were supposed to do a song, but he fell asleep. So of course they don't have a song together.
And then he was so mad, right? Because it was in LA. Like Juice WRLD do like this. A lot of people, like, I used to be wondering like why he me so much. And I'm not finna, this not finna be about him. I'm just, you know, but I'm wondering like why he with me so much. Like you see how you support me, like, cause he was like, bro, why you did, bro? You could stay, bro. Like you could stay. This is my crib, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, I got somewhere to stay, bro, cause we was in LA. That's how a person was like real life. Cause I be seeing my TV with like every day. Like why he with them? But I just know how he lived. Like I know how he got a good ass hurt. Like, you know. That's my boy though. LLTK. That's my boy. RP Lil Ray too. Y'all both just stung the body.
The second most liked comment is somebody saying he looks like Juice WRLD. So of course other people see it as well. So now to finish off the video, I'm going to show you guys all the predictive programming that they did with Juice WRLD. It was so much predictive programming. We could have seen this a mile away that he was going to fake his death.
I was dead. Boy, the devil is alive. I'm very much alive, sir. Very much alive. I'm covered in the blood. I ain't going nowhere. You hear me? Hey, I don't know what Google or whoever said that I was dead. Boy, the devil is alive. I'm very much alive, sir.
very much alive. I'm covered in the blood. I ain't going nowhere. You hear me? Hey,
So there was a rumor going around that Juice World died, and that was a couple months before he actually died. And as you can see in this video, he's responding to it. And notice at the end he says, "I'm covered in the blood." But this was just predictive programming, for what was to come. And it's so obvious. I mean, why would he say my goal is to get overly famous, shine for a couple years, then fake my death? And that's exactly what happened. He got famous in 2017, and then he shined for like 2 years, and then he faked his death. And some more predictive programming that they planned his death from a long time ago, and that he was a Freemason. So all of these equal 105 Masonry, Blood Moon, 3-8, which is 38 basically, and Juice World all equal 105. So what are the chances of that? Juice World equals 138, as I said before in my King Von video. Rapper equals 38 and death equals 38. But also his first name Jared also equals 38. So there was a lot of 38s involved, and that made it very obvious that he was gonna die. And also Blood Moon also equals 138. So there was a lot of predictive programming with Juice World. One of the most obvious ones is from his song Legends. He said, "What's the 27 club? We ain't making it past 21." And then he dies right after his 21st birthday. It's so obvious that all of this was planned. X didn't make it past 21 supposedly. Lil Peep didn't make it past 21 supposedly. Pop Smoke didn't make it past 21 supposedly. All of this is planned out, and if you don't see that by now, then you're just lost. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you guys before I end this video is this TikTok trend that was happening right before Juice WRLD died. As you can see right here, this is on November 3rd, which is 1 month before he died. And there was this big trend on TikTok. They were using the song Lucid Dreams, and they were all having a seizure for some reason. Like, just for some reason, there was this trend of everybody doing a seizure to Juice WRLD's song a month before he died. And then he dies of a seizure. Like, what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? It's clear predictive programming, just like that tweet and just like that video. I'm going to mute the audio, that way I don't get copyright. But you can go watch this for yourself. It's the Lucid Dreams song in the background. Just look at that. Like, they're all having a seizure with water coming out. And that's exactly what supposedly happened to Juice. Why are all these people doing that? It's so creepy. And there was so many of these videos. I'm only going to show a couple to not make this video too long. So yeah, you guys get the point. There was so much predictive programming with this. So yeah, guys, Juice WRLD is lucky. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.